The Dick Van Dyke Show. Starring Dick Van Dyke. Rosemary, Maury Amsterdam, Larry Matthews, and Mary Tyler Moore.
Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is KJ Ricardo. Today's episode is a look at my list of the best Laura Petrie moments from Season 2 of The Dick Van Dyke Show. Laura Petrie is such a great character. She has a lot of hilarious moments in Season 2, so let's get started. Number 8 is It May Look Like a Walnut. Now this episode really focuses on Rob, but Laura plays an important part in this episode. Now in this episode, Rob and Laura are watching a science fiction film, and Laura is scared of this film. Rob teases her and tries to scare her, but he has a dream that everything in the film comes true. The next day, Laura is having all of these walnuts, acting like she's a part of this film. And of course, the very classic scene from this episode is when Rob opens the closet door and all these walnuts spill out with Laura tumbling out after it. And that's a very classic scene. And then at the very end of the episode, it shows where she pretends that she has eyes in the back of her head and she goes, "I see you." It's just a very funny episode. Number 7 is My Husband is a Check Grabber. Now, in this episode, Laura isn't very happy with Rob. They went to dinner with Sally, her boyfriend, and Buddy and his wife, Pickles. Now, Laura isn't happy on the way home. She lets this be known to Rob. She doesn't like that he paid the bill for everyone. He was a check grabber. He paid for the entire meal for everyone else. And so this episode really focuses on Laura being frustrated with Rob, and we get like flashbacks to the dinner and so forth and everything. And it's just a really nice episode featuring their marriage in a way. Number 6 is The Square Triangle. Now this episode digs into Rob and Laura's past a little bit. In this episode, a man from Laura's and Rob's past returns, and Laura is telling Millie and Sally about this crazy adventure and how this man used to love Laura, and she's just very scared that he's like back in her life and everything. And so it's a nice episode featuring that, and just she's really scared that he's back in her life. Number 5 is My Husband is Not a Drunk. Now this episode really features Rob, but there's one part that is pretty great with Laura, and that's why I'm including it in this list. Now they're having a dinner party with a hypnotist. Everyone is getting hypnotized, including Laura. When she's hypnotized, she's asked to assume the role of the person she admires most. And I have a clip so you can see who that person is.
Now, Laura, when I snap my fingers, you'll assume the personality of the person you most admire.
Oh.
What could I say?
Fourscore and 7 our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Hey, Glenn, you better wake her up before she's assassinated.
What did I do?
4 and 7 years.
Oh, no, not Abraham Lincoln.
No, Raymond Massey. How do you didn't sound like him, but you sure look.
Number 4 is Bank Book 6565696. Now that was hard to say. But in this episode, Rob and Jerry find a checkbook in Laura's glove. she's keeping this checkbook a secret from Rob. He's never seen this before. And it's actually Laura's little secret checkbook. She is keeping a checkbook separate from their joint account. Rob doesn't know what's going on. He thinks it's for a birthday present. And so he starts snooping around and everything. Eventually, the truth comes out. And when Laura is being interrogated a little bit, she starts to have her very famous hysterical, blubbering, crying. And it all turns out that she is saving up money to eventually buy Rob a really nice sports car. This episode is really great, focusing on Laura and her little secret. She tends to keep secrets from Rob, which I think is great. Number 3 is Don't Trip Over That Mountain. Another great episode. Now in this episode, Rob and Jerry are going to be going on a skiing trip. Rob has never gone skiing before, and Laura is terrified that he's going to trip on that mountain and injure himself. So she's frantic. She lets him know this, and she thinks that he's going to trip on that mountain to get back at her in some way. So this entire episode, she's scared. She's clinging to the telephone and everything, and it's so hilarious to see how nervous she is. And of course, Rob does trip on the mountain and he injures himself, but he doesn't want to tell her. And so this episode is just so great. Number 2 is Somebody Has to Play Cleopatra. This is a great episode. It features a lot of talent. They're putting on a community show, Antony and Cleopatra. Laura has a scene where she's dancing and singing, and this song and dance number really showcases Mary Tyler Moore's dancing and singing talents. It's a great Laura Petrie moment. Here's a clip of this scene, so enjoy.
Cleopatra was now so beautiful, and she had certain spark. All famous men she swayed, when love came she played. Beauty never fades, so Cleo made her mark. Antony, everybody, true man, true. That is the actual fact. True man, true. That is the actual fact. Romeo and Juliet, when they say let's let, they choose balcony seat. Today, same thing you see in the balcony of each movie show. Guess you know what I mean. Ask any usher. True man, true. That is the actual fact. True man, true. That is the actual fact. In my suburbia, housewife burbia, I'm busy as a bee. I drive the kids to school, dig a swimming pool, work just like a fool. Husband, what a help he is. He played golf, and I'm teed off. True man, true. That is the actual fact. True man, true. That is the actual, the truly factual. That is the actual fact.
But my number 1 moment is the 2 faces of Rob. This episode is really great, focusing on Laura. Rob thinks that he can disguise his voice and Laura can still recognize him. So he calls her and is speaking in an Italian accent. She knows that it's Rob, but she decides to play along and flirt back just to make him nervous. And later on, when he comes home, she walks out in a very sexy outfit and she acts like she's just so in love. She has this new romance and everything. It's such a great moment. Laura Petrie is just playing along with Rob, and it's so great. I have a clip of this scene, so enjoy.
What she meant by that?
Then later on in the episode, Rob calls her again in the disguised voice and asks her out for dinner. And she goes. She knows it's Rob the whole time. And she eventually gets mad at him. It's really great. So that's it. That's all I have for you this week. I really wanted to showcase Laura Petrie. She's such a great wife, a mother, a friend. She's just so hilarious. The way she can start to cry. You can barely understand what she's saying. But she's also very smart. She gets back at Rob in a lot of ways. So this video is for Laura Petrie. Let me know what your favorite moment is, and I'll be happy to read that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. And remember to always laugh often.